welcome to another round of Sports Views. Tonight I'm reviewing CF Montreal 3, Santos Laguna 0, 3-1 on aggregate for CF Montreal. CF Montreal goes through the round of 16. This was leg 2 of the round of 16 of the 2022 Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. Montreal gets it done. They come back. The remontada at the Big O Olympic Stadium. Montreal finds the way through, and I chose to do this game because I could get this out quicker. So, there you go. So, goals were as follows. In the 9th minute, Romel Kyoto scores to make it 1-0. The aggregate is 1-1. No away goals. If it would have stayed that way, it would have been a penalty shootout. Jordi Mihailovic gets the ball, passes back to him. Nobody's on him. In the 22nd minute, nobody's on him at all. Nobody's on him. They cannot figure out how to play against him. Nobody was on him. Nobody was on him. He puts it past. There was no way. Nobody was on him. Nobody was on him. He was easily right through and took a great shot. 2-0 to make it 2-1 on aggregate. Halftime it goes 2-0, 2-1 on aggregate at halftime. Ismael Kone gets the ball crossed into him at the top of the box, takes a great shot on his debut to make it 3-0 for Montreal. Aggregate 3-1. 3-0 is the way it would end. 3-1 aggregate. The stats are as follows: 10 shots to 9, 7 shots on goal to 6, 52% possession to 48% possession, 316 passes to 240 passes, 91% pass accuracy to 80% pass accuracy, 16 fouls to 20, 4 yellow cards to 2, 0 red cards to 0, and 6 corners to 4. Before I tell you what I think about the match, let me tell you, hit that join button or that second link in my description to become a YouTube member, $1.99 a month or $4.99 a month. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment, and let's get on with it. Montreal dominated Santos Laguna tonight. They were the better team by far, and honestly, over the tie, I think they were the better team. Santos Laguna were walking a knife's edge as a really bad team in Liga MX to even beat Montreal. And Montreal showed why they have quality, why I think they'd finish 5th in the East in MLS. They are a very good team. They are a strong team. I'm very proud if I'd be a Montreal fan. If I was a Montreal fan, that's the better wording. If I was a Montreal fan, that I'd be sounds bad. But if I was a Montreal fan, I'd be very proud right now of that team. They found a way to win. They got it done at Olympic Stadium. Strong game. Kone looked great. Kyoto, amazing. Mihailovic looked great. Joaquin Torres, as I said, looks like he'll have a breakout season. And the defense was amazing. Zuhir comes on in a good sub appearance. Kai Kamara looks good as a sub. He almost scored. Montreal wanted to win this game. And they didn't care how much they needed to beat on Santos to get it done. They got it done. And that's what they needed to do. No question whatsoever. They found the way to do it. They did not care about what had to happen. They just did what they needed. Montreal were coached very well. Wilfried Nancy had a great game plan here. Santos, as soon as they gave up an early goal, they gave up. They knew that even though they had to score 1 goal for the away goals, whether it was 1-0 or 2-1 or 1-1 to 2-1, they would have to score 1 goal at least, and they didn't think they could do that. They were early on put into a hole that they just didn't want to dig out of. But Montreal did not look like a team who was in a position of, like Lewellen last night. Lewellen, on the other hand, last night, when they got what they needed, they pushed back. Montreal was like, no, it's not big enough for us. We need to score multiple goals. 1-1's a penalty shootout, or 1-0 on the night's a penalty shootout. 2-0 still isn't enough, because they score a goal, that's away goals for them. They knew that it wasn't as open for them to just put the foot off the gas and hope they get 2. Because even if they didn't go balls to the wall, I still think they would have scored 2 goals the way they were playing. But they figured out, no, we have to go balls to the wall. And they did. And they deserved all that they got tonight, Montreal. They were better. They were the best team. They were fighting every inch, tooth and nail, to win this match. They didn't want to do anything more than win. They wanted to win. They didn't care about what needed to be done. They did what had to be done. They wanted to show that they were better, and they are going to be good this season, and better than they were last season. And I think they are. I think they are building something good in Montreal. The team that they're building is a good team. They are. And it's kind of like Red Bulls when they were good. You know, it's kind of like that. It may be cheap, but they're making good moves. Jordy Mihailovic still there, Ramel Kyoto. They've been building something there. And it's not just like Montreal's a doormat like they used to be. And as a Toronto fan, of course, I want Montreal to be a doormat. I still think we're better than Montreal. But then you have the Canadian Championship final against 2 pretty equal finishing teams the way I have it prepared or predicted. It's like, okay, it could go either way. And it's a one-legged final. And who knows who hosts it because of the coin flip. But you look at that and it's like, okay, Montreal could easily beat us in the Concacaf or Canadian Championship final. Not easily, but it could be either way. It could go either way. Even though we're better, and the only reason they're here this year is they played the worst Toronto team ever and beat them 1-0. Still was close the whole way. And they deserve that too. Don't get me wrong. They deserve to win that match. I said it as much when that match happened. They were the better team that night, or that day. They deserve to win that match. Now, Toronto's better this year, and I think they would win the Canadian Championship final, but we'll see when we get there in July. But Toronto and Montreal, it's not just Toronto beating up on Montreal anymore. It's Montreal having a fighting chance to play us every time they play us. They're a good team. And you could see that they're building something here. And Santos is bad. I get that. And I don't think Montreal beats Cruz Azul. But I think they do better than Toronto did last year. Because we were absolutely horrible in that tie. Now, is that the fact that we had Armas as our manager? Yeah. The fact we couldn't defend set pieces? Yeah. Is Cruz Azul as good as they were at that point last year? No. Do I think Cruz Azul still finishes that tie as winners? Yes, if they get past Forge. But I still feel like there's some upsets brewing tomorrow. But we'll see. Maybe, of course, I do. I don't know. But Forge or Montreal versus Cruz Azul is going to be a good tie. It is. And they will be in a position of, okay, it's going to be enjoyable to watch. And, or even if it's Forge Montreal, that'll be enjoyable to watch too. But Montreal, I hate to admit it, they're a team that's fun to watch. They're really fun to watch. And I hate to admit it as a Toronto fan because I shouldn't be admitting that. But they're going to finish top 5 in the East. They're a fun team to watch. They do very well. They have great coaching. They have great gameplay. They have great game planning. They're a great team. And Santos Laguna were not good enough to beat Montreal. And I was wrong about the prediction. I had Santos going through, but that's kind of obvious considering, Toronto fan. Why would I bet on Montreal, even if it's the smart bet? That's probably why I lose money on bets, because I probably go with my heart more than my gut. But hey, who bets on Montreal as a Toronto fan? But Montreal, I can't believe I'm being nice to them. It's kind of weird. Nobody expected this. I don't think anybody did. But I've been nice to them recently. I've been nice. I've said they're good. I've given them praise. That's kind of, I think, part of the job here, per se. I mean, Steve Dangle, he doesn't hate the Habs as much as I do the Impact, but they're still the Impact to me, okay? I think they're still the Impact to everybody, but Dangle doesn't hate the Habs as much as I do CF Montreal, but he still praises the Habs and did when they made that playoff run. Toronto isn't here. So why am I going to be a pouty SOB? I'm going to say what I see, frankly. And Montreal's doing a damn good job, and they played very well tonight. If I was a Montreal fan, I'd be proud. I shouldn't say I am proud of Montreal because that makes me sound bad. But to be honest, they fought well. If I'm a Montreal fan, or if I was a Montreal fan, why am I saying I'm? If I was a Montreal fan, or Montreal fans should be proud. You know what I'm saying? If I were you, let's do the if I were yous to make it sound better. Montreal fans, if I was a Montreal fan, I'd be proud. You should be proud of your team. They're building something there. They really are. And Toronto fans, don't take this niceness for me wanting to flip. Because if I wanted to flip, I'd flip to St. Louis. But Bob Bradley, we're not flipping anytime soon, okay? Trust me, I wouldn't do that. I'm not Benedict Arnold. St. Louis is the most... If I flipped, it would be St. Louis. But I'm not. I'm just saying. But Bob Bradley, I'm not flipping. Don't worry. If it was Armis... still here, you could ask a couple of questions. But back to the Montreal point. If I were you, I'd be happy. I'd be celebrating and maybe salivating at their chances in MLS and the quarterfinals. I would be if I were you. They look really good right now. They really do. And you should be proud of what they're doing because they're building something good up there in Montreal. Now, don't be proud of the rebrand. That was bad. But you know what I'm saying, right? And Santos fans, if I were you, blow it up. Blow it up. Rebuild. Y'all are finished. I don't know what the hell. Blow it up. Blow it up. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad down there. Just blow it up. That's what I'd think if I were you. So with that being said... If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that join button or my second link in my description to become a member. $1.99 a month or $4.99 a month. Anything's appreciated. To help support the channel. Super chats on the live streams. Comment. Hit that big red bell notification once you subscribed. Put this in playlist. Share this with friends and family. All that great stuff. You know what it is. Tomorrow, I have a live in RSR for Forge versus Cruz Azul. Cruz Azul versus Forge. And let's see how that match goes. And... then I'll just recap on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, MLS is back. So let's go. I'm Ryan, and I'm out. Peace. See you later. And that was a good game. 2 good games at 7 o'clock. I'm Ryan, and I'm out. Peace. Let's go.